Hey guys, what's up? Z here, and I have the biggest tablet I've ever tested in my life, the Chuwi Hi13. The Hi13 is the successor to the popular Hi12 with quite a few improvements. Most significant is a change from the Atom to the Celeron processor and the 3000 by 2000 resolution screen, the same one used in the Surface Book. Sadly, there is no dual boot with the model of this tablet, so let's get right into reviewing the Chuwi Hi13. So the build quality here is pretty much the same as the Chuwi Hi12, which is a good thing. The body of the tablet is metal and it feels quite premium to hold, but the metal combined with how big this 13-inch tablet is makes it pretty big and heavy to use. I can hold it for maybe 2 hours before my arms get tired. I suspect this will be used in laptop mode most of the time. And on the left you can find the various ports. There's a USB-C, 2 micro USB ports and a micro HDMI port, and a micro SD card slot as well. Sadly, there is no full-size USB port here, which is a bummer, but at least they give you a USB-C to full-size USB adapter. There are 4 speakers, 2 on each side, the power and volume buttons are on the right, and the keyboard connector is down below. So to conclude, premium feel, big and heavy, but no full-size USB ports. The screen is the best part of this tablet. I read quite a lot of comics and magazines, and the 3:2 aspect ratio is just such a great experience because it gives you that extra space and you don't have to scroll that much. The color reproduction is superb, blacks are black, colors are amazing, and the resolution is so high that pretty much anything looks good on this tablet. Max brightness tops out at around 450 nits, but the screen here is pretty reflective, so keep that in mind. Moving on to the touchscreen, it's also very responsive, there's no complaints here, but do note that the glass is not Gorilla Glass, so keep the screen protector on to make sure you don't scratch the screen. So in summary, the screen here is definitely best in class. It has great color, great brightness, great resolution, but there are some downsides. It isn't pretty reflective and it's also not Gorilla Glass. Moving on to audio, the volume is surprisingly soft for a tablet with 4 speakers. It's actually softer than many other tablets I reviewed. Quality is okay, mids and highs are definitely present, but bass is quite empty. I definitely recommend listening through headphones instead of the speakers here, and here is some audio for you to check it out. So battery life here does take a hit compared to the Hi12. This tablet only has a 10,000 mAh battery at 3.6 volts, and yet it has a more powerful processor and a denser, brighter screen than the Hi12, and lo and behold, the battery life is not that great. I get maybe 7 hours if I'm lucky, 6 hours is more realistic, and this is a lot of web browsing, some YouTube, TV, and a bit of casual gaming as well. If you need better battery life, the Chuwi Lapbook actually has better battery life, but then again, that's a laptop and these are kind of comparing apples and oranges. Charging takes a long time, around 4 hours for a full charge. We have Windows 10 installed on a Samsung eMMC with pretty good speeds, and that means that opening and closing software like Google Chrome, Edge, and Excel are all fast, but do note that you do get occasional lag when messing around with Windows, and that is most likely because of the super high resolution, but it's not that big an issue, not at least to me. Moving on to gaming performance, you obviously cannot play most games at 3000 by 2000, but if you lower the resolution to 1080p, you can play games like Call of Duty, which is actually pretty sick for a tablet like this, but your frame rate is around 30 frames per second, so keep that in mind. For gaming performance here, the performance is not the limit, it's actually the battery life. You can game for maybe an hour or 2 before the tablet dies. Do note that the tablet does get pretty hot while gaming, it hit around 80 degrees in hardware monitor. I ran Geekbench as well and got some speeds in line with other Apollo Lake devices as well. Moving on to connectivity, the Hi13 gets some pretty good Wi-Fi speeds here. I get some good speeds transferring files over the wireless LAN, and both cameras on this tablet are pretty bad as well. So to conclude this review, the Hi13 is a pretty good tablet. The display here is absolutely killer, but unfortunately the battery life could also kill the deal for some people who need long battery life. So the last thing I want to say is if you are looking for the best price to performance in a laptop or a tablet, then the Hi13 still loses to the Chuwi Lapbook because the Lapbook is around $100 cheaper. But then again, that screen in the Hi13 is just so good that if you want to spend that extra money just for the screen, I would not blame you at all. That being said, as long as you temper your expectations regarding the battery, the Hi13 is a good tablet with an amazing screen. So check out the links down below, be sure to hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.